Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Erica Wilson, the host of It Had to Happen show. You knew that you had to turn to God because He's the only one that could get you out.
Such a blessing to be able to sit with you, son.
Like in the isolation, sometimes we feel lonely or not being able to fit in, or this person is not going to bother with me or whatever. But that is the time when God says, "Be still."
Right.
And know that I am God. There you go. Thank you, Jesus.
I'm a single mom with 2 kids, struggling, rape victim, homeless, robbed at gunpoint. All those things had to happen to me to birth me for my purpose today. And that's why I'm standing here today giving back.
We knew then that we was on a long road to recovery. But I say that to say this. It had to happen.
Everyone, we're here live today with your girl Erica Wilson at It Had to Happen for season 4, episode 14. And we have someone very, very special all the way from Canada, guys. And today's topic is Make It Happen. And you guys know that the topic here, the theme here is It Had to Happen. And we never know why the it's happen in our life, but the it's happened to us for us to share with someone else. So I'm going to go ahead and read today's guest bio. And my God, sit back, buckle up, and enjoy this ride. Our guest for today is none other than Mykell Messiah. From an early age, Messiah has been involved in the entertainment industry. The eldest of 4 kids, he grew up in a talented family and beginning at the age of 6, accompanying them to perform gospel music throughout the UK, Canada, and the United States. By the age of 9, Messiah's mother recognized how versatile he was and enrolled him in acting, where he landed his first role on Broadway. This venture enabled Messiah to grow as an artist while obtaining the skills necessary to expand his craft. As the family's profile grew, they decided to move to New York, where Messiah learned to play the drums, finesse his vocal range, and write down his own songs, guys, and subsequently developed an interest in music production. Having worked with such artists as Frank Ocean, Neo, 50 Cent, Andre 3000, and my girl Fantasia, Mario, Lamo, and more. He also had the opportunity to be mentored by music legends Bruce Wayne, Chris Styles, and Ronnie Johnson, whose passing in 2007 impacted Messiah greatly as he played a pivotal role in his music development. He is an R&B connoisseur at heart. His love life surrounding gospel music and this plays into his ability of expressing his thoughts, his feelings, and emotions within his music. People don't talk about real love anymore, says Mykell. His goal is to encourage his listeners. So without further ado, let me introduce to some and present to others none other than the Mykell Messiah. Welcome, King.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate that intro. That was nice. A little walk through memory lane. Thank you very much for having me.
You're most welcome. Thank you for accepting the invitation. So we're just gonna dive right in. And even though I read your bio, I want you to tell the people who is Mykell Messiah.
Mykell Messiah. A lot on my social medias, I like to say I'm just a guy who likes to sing songs, but really, I'm somebody who I've been singing all my life. I come from a very musical family. My mom is one of the pioneers of gospel music in the UK, and when she met my father, they moved to Canada and had 4 children. And I'd say I'm my mama's son. A child that was raised to love God and to know that God is very important. And it's kind of those principles kind of guide me through life. She trained us up in the church and, put a Bible in our hands. And most of my childhood, I remember just either singing out in the street, witnessing to people, or going to church and singing in other churches. As I got older, started getting into sports and athletics. And at some point, I had a decision whether I was going to pursue music or pursue athletics. And I took my brothers and my sister, and we went to New York and pursued a musical career where we met Bruce Wayne and Chris Styles, as you stated, and Ronnie Johnson, and just kind of developed our skills in writing and really honing our craft in music. So music is my life. I've been doing it since I've been a child. It's a part of me, but at the base of it, it's someone who has God as a foundation of everything that I do. I try and be as realistic as possible. I don't really try and stray from my own experiences just to keep it, authentically me. But yeah, I'm just a guy that loves music and wants to share a message, to the world.
I love that. And you said that you went out and witnessed at an early age. What was that like?
That was just a part of life. My mom is, she's a minister, so, and she comes from a long line of ministers. Her mother, who's my grandmother, is actually the oldest standing minister right now. She's 96, I believe. She's still preaching in London. So this is basically all she knew, and that's all we knew really at that age was singing in churches and witnessing. And I remember I was telling someone the other day, just going into apartment buildings and my mom, like me and my mom and my 2 brothers and my sister, just handing out, we call them tracts, but it's basically like little pamphlets with a scripture on there, and just telling people about God and letting them know that we have a church that's available to the community. And so that was basically like my childhood, and that's all we really knew. As a child, you can't really put into perspective what you're doing or the importance of it, or really understand it to the full extent. But it was just really all we knew at that point.
Mm. Okay, so you said like as a child you couldn't really put it in perspective, but when you become, are you a father?
I am a father, yeah.
Okay, so by you being a father now, would you say that you will instill these same things in your children?
I would definitely. it's the foundation of who I am. You know, I do believe in a higher power. I used to say that I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. But now I've changed that. Now my perspective is that, you know, I do believe in a religion, which is Christianity, and I'm proud to say that that is the foundation of who I am. I don't want to kind of wash it over in a spirituality. You know, I believe in that there is you know, consequences for. I believe that there's grace, I would say, and I believe that there's mercy, and I believe
Yes.
that there is a God who is gracious and kind, and he cares about the way we feel, and there is more to life than just the everyday, the mundane. There's a purpose that each and every one of us have that is God given, and so I do instill that into my children, just that they have a purpose, and that there's a plan, and that to trust the master of the plan. So yeah.
Oh my God. Love your answer. But what I want to do right now, before I jump into your video, I heard you say that you were in athlete. I'm an athlete, right?
Yes, ma'am.
In sports. So I am a sports mom. My son plays pro football now. And just to hear you say you had a chance to do either or and you chose the music, how do you feel about that now? Because as a mother of a player with all the contact, Mykell, it like literally drives me crazy, but I love the game though, you know? So how does that make you feel now that you chose what you're doing now over sports?
You know, I always laugh at my brothers about it because, you know, it was either like pursue athletics, which is like 1 in 1 million, or pursue music, which is like 1 in 10 million, you know. So, but our faith in God and the ability that God gave us, you know, really made it, because it's basically what I've been doing my whole life. And I remember, I'll never forget, when I was at school, and I was watching TD Jakes. He was actually on CNN at the time, and he was just saying that a lot of people aren't successful because they're not really honest with themselves on what they're best at.
Wow.
You know, I think he was just saying that a lot of people pursue what they want more than what their ability kind of determines what they should kind of be inclined to do. And so um, it really made me look in the mirror, and I was like, okay, should I pursue? I was a baseball player. I didn't play football. I was like, so it was like, should I pursue baseball and continue on, or should I do what I feel like my mom and my experience has been training me to do my whole life? And so I came back home to Toronto, and I remember this was right after this is you know it was right after I came back, and I got my brothers and my sisters together, and we it's a funny story, just to quickly just let you know. So I came back, I got in my car, you know, I was driving to the store, and you know, my brother contacted me and was like, we sent out a whole bunch of demos to the US, because you know, we were in Toronto, and Toronto scene wasn't that big at that time, or wasn't as growing as it is now. And we got an answer from one of the companies, management companies.
Wow.
And I was driving my car to the store, and I looked in my rear view, and I was like, this guy's not stopping. He's speeding up. And he rear-ended me. And I went into the guardrail, and I came out, and I had like a real like old car. Like it was you know, I call it a beater because it was just, it barely drove. So he hit me in the back of the car, and I was like, oh man, like this is the worst thing ever. And then he took off, right? So it was a hit and run, and my car was like totaled. And I remember being so disappointed. And the insurance came, and you know, we did the exchange, and I got a rental car. And then the car was pretty much, they're going to determine, you know, whether it was good to drive. But they were like, listen, you have this rental car for about 2 weeks until we can kind of assess the situation. And so because we had the rental car, me and my brother looked at each other and were like, now we can go to New York. We can use the rental car, because the car that we had, there was no way it was making it, you know, 20 miles down the street, let alone all the way. all the way to New York. So yeah, we just, that was a sign to us that we should kind of take that leap. And so yeah, and then the rest is history.
Oh my God. So it had to happen.
Yeah, that
It had to happen. You guys landed in New York, which was an awesome thing because, I was looking at some of your music. I mean, listening to some of your music and reading over your website. And my God, I was blown away. Not only do you have this music group, you also offer clothing and accessories as well. But let me go ahead and jump into this video because it matches with today's topic, make it happen. Not only is Mykell is a songwriter, an artist, as well as producer, he's also a TikTok favorite, guys, and we're going to play one of his videos now.
This is the year that everything's gonna fall into place and you're gonna win. But you're gonna have to put in that work to make it happen. You ready? Let's go.
So, Mykell, that matches so great with our topic for today. Make it happen. Can you tell us how you came up with that?
I was just, it's like how I usually come up with my TikTok. My TikTok is just spare of the moment. I do the little selfie thing. Anybody watching me, I probably look weird, but and I just pretty much just say what's off the top of my head, really. Yeah. So it was just one of those moments. I just came in and I was like, okay, I got to do a TikTok today. I try and do at least two or three a day, just to kind of just get content up there. So yeah, a lot of times too, when I do TikToks, it's for content, it's for reaction, it's to stimulate a conversation. But a lot of times, I'm kind of talking to myself also, and so
Wow.
I was kind of encouraging myself while I encouraged others. I felt like everybody needs that message of motivation and more than motivation, but inspiration. And yeah, it was just that moment where I just felt inspired to encourage somebody to get up and do it.
Mhm. And that's very good that you said that. You said that you kind of, you're basically sometimes you're talking to yourself. And that's what we normally talk at people and not talk with people and not talk to ourselves. And sometimes when you're putting out these videos, you're helping yourself more than you helping the person who you're entertaining. And that's a great thing to do because when you can find and so do some soul searching and kind of like speak to yourself while doing content and being great at doing it, because like I said, you're one of TikTok favorites, and I'm telling you, we spoke in the green room about your one of the funniest moments on your TikToks that I saw. And I mean, literally blew my mind how the women were going in. And I was like, oh my God, like, did he really mean that? But no, TikTok is for fun. So many people, Mykell, take social media so serious. So what would you say to someone who you're entertaining, about social media and taking it so serious?
Listen, social media is um, it's not a real place. Like there's real life where you got to interact with people on a daily basis and kind of conduct yourself in a certain manner. But social media is a place where you can kind of spark conversation um, about a number of subjects. A lot of times if you look at a lot of my posts, and for those watching that do watch me on TikTok or have only known me on TikTok, I make a statement and then I ask the question, is that a true story? Is that the way it feels? Is that correct? Or, I might say true story, which would kind of indicate something along the lines of how I do feel about a certain subject. But it's really just to spark conversation. It's good to have conversations about different things, taboo subjects, and just kind of put your hand on the pulse of the community, so to speak, on whatever social media platform you decide to use. And it's good to express yourself through that medium and kind of get a consensus on what people feel about a certain subject. So it's fun. And I enjoy interacting with those on TikTok, every single person, especially the day ones. I was on TikTok for about a year, but I really started being active since December. I really didn't put too many videos up since December. And so since December, I really kind of have been interactive and more active than I have in the past. But it's fun. It's a fun place just to kind of put ideas out there and see what the temperature is, so to speak.
That's good. So enough about TikTok, because you're doing some great things out there, and I didn't even know. I mean, I listened to some of your music, and my God, it's touching. It's very, very touching. If you really listen to the lyrics, I'm not a person to listen to the lyrics. I normally like the beats, but no, you your music is everything from the lyrics to the beats and all of that. And when I spoke with Missy, my God, amazing woman. So shouts out to you, Mitzi, for making this happen. But tell us about your label. We want to hear about that.
President for More Jelly Music Group, which is founded by a very close friend of mine, a brother of mine. We're at this point we're brothers. Tice More Jelly, who's kind of like the visionary and the spearheader of our mission, what we're trying to do in the city and abroad. We have a lot of talented people, including Missy, who you spoke about, who you've interacted with to get this interview on board, and we also have Oriah, who's very talented, executive also on the label. And we've kind of come together, and we want to just kind of give a different perspective, or give a similar perspective, but really make a mark in the industry in Toronto. We feel like there is a gap to be filled, and we really feel like we're the ones that are capable of doing so. We have artists such as Casper TNG, Swampy, SBO Swampy. We also have another artist by the name of Flash Miller. We also have Grimy, another rapper, primarily rappers at this point. We also got a young artist that we're looking at that we're very excited about, and then right now the only vocalist is myself, and we all kind of are in our own lanes, and we all support each other, and we all see big things in the future. So for those who are listening, please stay tuned. I like to say, get your popcorn ready, to steal a term from Terrell Owens. But we have a lot of things in the works, and we're very excited about the future. So I'm the president, and it's a fun position to be in because I'm kind of behind the scenes on some aspects of it. And Mitzi is a great facilitator as far as getting things done, as well as Araya, and Tice is a I call him the mogul because he really has the mind and the vision for what we're trying to do. So yeah, we're excited.
Okay, one thing I want to say to you, Mykell, and we both come from a background of like you said, what did you call it, spirituality? Is that what you said, or did you say?
People like to sometimes kind of, when they have a belief system, they like to say, "Oh, I'm spiritual, I'm not religious." But I've kind of taken a different perspective on not being afraid to saying religious. I do believe in the Christian values, and I'm not afraid to say that I do believe in Jesus Christ, and that He came and that He died, and that He rose again. I believe that there's power in that name, and I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not a perfect person, and in that, I believe that in Christ there is grace, there is mercy, there is forgiveness, and in that there is restoration for everyone. We're all on this journey together, and we're taking it one day at a time, one moment at a time, and we're all trying to be better people with good intentions. And I feel like being grateful the fact that God sees the heart, and He knows, and that's why He's the only one that can really judge anybody.
There you go. That's it right there. And what I was going to say, I want to piggyback off of what you just said earlier. You said you want to try. We're going to speak those things into existence. You're going to do. You will. Maura Jolly will bring out major artists. You guys will do a phenomenal job in anything that you touch, because I declare and decree right now that everywhere that your feet and the followers of you are connected to you, everywhere you guys' feet trod, favor shall go ahead of them. You know, you have some great content. I'm just so full right now, because after listening, I listened to it all last night and some of today. And I'm just listening and I'm like, my God, why haven't we heard of this guy? And when I begin to Google your name, I'm like, oh my God, so many songs you have. So tell us about your most favorite song and why did you come up with that title?
I have a few. I mean, I pretty much like all my records, to be honest.
Oh,
No, I mean, no, but honestly, I could,
that was
I
good.
really, to single out one record is would probably be there's Charger to the Game, which is dear to my heart, but also Show Me, which is the single that is out right now. Please request it at all your local radio stations, and also check out the video, which is on YouTube. Mykell Messiah, Show Me. It really is a record that is a conversation. It's sometimes in relationships. In my experience, a lot of times with dating females or being in a relationship with females, sometimes this is not in a general statement, but just in my particular experience, they want you to kind of be intuitive of how they feel. They don't necessarily want to always tell you and explain it, and so it's just a conversation where you're noticing that your partner is not acting, normal. There's something different, something
Oh,
that is
wow.
just not all the way 100. So you just kind of are asking her, what's going on in the world. It starts off the world's got you going crazy. You don't know your head from your toes. You confused young lady. I think it's time that we talk this over. You need a shoulder to lean on right about now. So, it kind of is also really relevant with the times now. There's so many things going on in the world, and
Yes,
you know
yes.
that you don't even know that's affecting you. With the lockdowns now, we have a situation overseas in the Ukraine that's going on, and on top of all of that, you have to go to work and pay the bills and deal with your children and deal with your surrounding area, and you can be so focused sometimes you don't realize how the peripheral is really kind of starting to seep in and affect you. And so, um, with that being said, it's me just saying, listen, don't only tell me what's wrong, but show me, so I can make you feel
Mm.
right. Like, how are you feeling? You can let your guard down with me. You can be honest with me. Uh, let's work together to make this thing right. So that song's very dear to me. Yeah, show me.
Wow. So basically, you're basically telling the woman to be a great communicator because you can't read her mind, you
Exactly.
know. And I find that, so hard to believe because we as women, we will tell you how we feel. And it's just, I don't know, Mykell.
A lot of times, well, it's the nonverbal, really. They might tell you.
Mm,
Sometimes you might ask, somebody, and I think we've all been in a situation where you say, "Is everything okay?" And they're like, "Yeah, everything's fine." But as someone who's intimate with the feelings of the
mm,
person that you're with, you can kind of tell that, nah, something's not right. You know, Tell me what's
yeah.
wrong, because maybe you don't want to bother the person, or maybe you don't even know what's wrong. Like I said, we're going through so many things, and the peripheral starts to affect us, and we think that we're focused on where we're going, and things kind of a situation might happen where we kind of lash out because
Yeah.
of everything is kind of boiling up at that point. And
I
so
totally agree.
yeah, yeah. So it's not just like an event necessarily, but it's just a
Mhm.
whole bunch of things culminating in a frustration or a behavioral change that's noticed.
And you know what, too, Mykell, though, now that you speak about that, you have some women and men, it goes both ways. You have women and men that had some past traumas. And guess what? It was said, don't you take that out of the house.
Yeah,
So back then, like in the childhood, they were trained to kind of like suppress everything that was going on. So when they become an adult, and probably they didn't get any therapy, probably they never dealt with it after that, it's hard for them to kind of like open up all the way, because if something happened to me in my childhood, right, and I didn't get the necessary help that I need, I was just told, okay, well, basically like a slap on the hand, basically, right? So don't you talk about that. What happens in our house, stay in our house, right?
Yeah.
So when you become an adult, it affects your relationships, and everything can be going good, right? And then you have a moment and you may ask, how are you feeling, honey? And she may say, I'm all right,
Yeah.
knowing that she's not or he's not. Man,
Yeah. And
I
so
like,
that's, yeah, even with you go into the lyrics, like, I know we've been going through some ups and downs, baby. My money got low, you stood by me. So it's kind of like a conversation where I'm saying, look, you've been there for me. You've seen all of my flaws. You can be vulnerable and open up to me now.
wow,
You can trust me. So that's basically what the conversation is, just saying, you can trust me. Tell me what's wrong. I'll do anything for you. And in the bridge area, it says, I'll set fire to the things I own just to keep you warm. You know, so you can trust me. I'm here for
wow,
you. Yeah. So you like that, right?
wow. I do. Oh my God, maybe that's the one we should have had you perform today. My goodness, yes. And I'm sure that any of the other ladies just tuned in couldn't agree with that, because that's deep right there. So, but Mykell, all right, I'm going to take you a little deeper. What happens to that woman? She's so badly damaged. And one of the young ladies said it on my show yesterday, polished on the outside, but damaged in the inside, basically, right? So you have this woman with this MAC makeup, hair done, everything looks so, I mean, amazing on the outside, but inside she's dying. Will you have the patience to go through it with her?
I mean, that's where communication comes in, and honesty. Honesty is always important. We all go through different things in different stages in life. And, I think it's very important to be honest with the person if you can deal with it. Some of us have been through so much that we can't really deal with another traumatic
Yeah.
or broken person, and so as long as communication's there, I think that you can pick somebody up or help somebody going through a tragic or going through the I heard this one preacher say that there's sometimes there's a pain of recovery. There's a situation you go through, and then the pain of recovery. You're getting better, but you're still affected by the trauma and having
Mm,
PTSD of the situation. Doesn't mean you're not getting better, but you're still in that process of recovery. So I think once people are in a relationship, communicative and kind of constantly talking and being open and honest, uh,
mhm.
you can decide. I mean, every situation is different. Some
Yeah.
situations, you can't deal with it. Some people are at that broken stage where, maybe I'm broken also, and I can't really pick them up. You
Thank
know,
you, Jesus.
and so that's where, this is where I believe that, God comes into place in my life when a situation would happen like that, where, I'm not, I can't save anybody, and that was a hard lesson that I learned. Um, a really hard lesson. That you can't save anybody. You gotta give it to the Lord and kind of, uh, that's why it's important to find someone that kind of has that same perspective and that kind of spiritual foundation where you can say, you
Hmm.
know what, let's pray about this. And sometimes we don't want to pray, but let's look at, I always like to say this also. Let's look into the Word and see what God's characteristics are in this particular situation. Because
Mm.
sometimes we feel like, God should move the way that we want him to move or
Oh,
act the way we want him to act. But we go through in the Bible, and it really shows his characteristics on different situations. I don't want to go too far off subject, but I will say this. I was talking to someone the other day, and we were talking about the three Hebrew boys, as it stated, who would not bow to the image in the story. And they said, even if God does not deliver us, we will still not bow. And they were put into the fiery furnace. And you know, putting myself in that situation, I'd be like, God, why do I have to go through the furnace? Can't they just be like, okay, fine, don't bow, like something come over them and they're just like, okay, forget it. Maybe not you three, but everybody else. But God still let them go into the fiery furnace,
Yes.
and they were in the furnace, and I think what the Bible states is that when they went and they looked in there, they seen that there was not three in there, but there was another person
That's
that was in there.
right.
And the key part that really like caught my attention was the fact that, I think the Bible states that they were not consumed by the fire, right? But it doesn't say that they were not burned. Like they didn't feel the fire. It wasn't hot. It wasn't uncomfortable.
Come
But
on.
God was there with him. And sometimes we have to go through the fire, and it's uncomfortable, it's hot, but it will not consume us. The situation will not take us over because God will be with us through the fire. And so, in those perspectives, when you go through different situations in life, you can kind of look back to those stories and say, you know what? God got them through that, but he didn't take them out of it. He gave them
Right.
the grace. When he said to Paul, he said, my grace is sufficient. I will not take that thorn from you. I will give you the grace to get through the situation. And I think when two people have that perspective, they call it equally yoked.
Yes.
They can kind of get through situations together that way. Sorry for that long-winded answer, but
No. That was really good. That was really, really good. And the thing is, a lot of people don't know that it's in the uncomfortable places where God is doing the best work. And when we're uncomfortable, just know that God is definitely up to something, and then take us back to it had to happen. Like you said, He gave the grace to go through it, but He didn't take them out of it, because guess what? There is a lesson that needed to be learned in that pit that they were in, right? So I want to tell you, I want to read this, what I put on my Facebook post the other day that I saw on Twitter, and it blew my mind. And I'm going to give you two perspectives, because let me tell you something. People were going in, and another lady came in and she took it a whole nother way. So let me just tell you what she said. One said, a dead battery can't jump another dead battery. Get away from people who can't charge your spirit when you need a jump. Right, Mykell? Okay. Another lady turned around and says, be the light. Maybe you're supposed to charge their dead battery. Be the light. Choose love. Maybe you are the blessing, the messenger to bring them to the source. God, through Jesus Christ, our Savior, we are supposed to care for others more than ourselves, right? But a lot of times when we meet people, they're an assignment and they're not for us to date. You understand? But we, the fleshly people, think, oh, I like this person and I'm supposed to date this person. And this person may have been sent to be your assignment. What do you think about that?
I agree with that perspective as far as well, I'll give you my perspective anyways. And I feel like in situations like that, it's kind of every situation is more unique to that particular to those people.
Yeah.
I think there are some situations where, if you're in tuned, um, spiritually, you can kind of see where this person wants something, but you cannot give it to them. And as you explained something, as you explained the story, I think of when they were begging that there was a beggar outside of outside of the city or the temple or synagogue, wherever in the Bible, and he was begging for money, and I think it was Peter who said, "Silver and gold have I none." you know, but such as I have, give I thee. So it's, he ended up getting more than what he asked for, but he didn't get what he asked for, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And so sometimes you have to be honest and be like, look, I don't got no money. Basically, or hey, look, I can't help you with what you're asking for. But what I can do is direct you to somebody that sticks closer than a brother. I can direct you to somebody that can comfort you. I can direct you to a perspective that will help you get through your situation. And because I think everybody needs to be honest with themselves and know what their capacity is. Everybody doesn't have the same capacity. Everybody is not this at the same level of sensitivity or compassion. So you got to be honest and communicate what you're able to help them with in order for it just gets the situation moving a lot quicker, expedient and getting to the point of like, okay, I can direct you in a way where you can get help. I'm not able to do it right now. So that's my perspective on that.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So Mykell, tell us what you have going on, what you have coming up. Just let us know what's next for Mykell.
Well, I'm recording a lot of music right now and writing a lot of music, but we do have a single slated for May, which is Two Wrongs, which is just a song about, again, being honest about the situation and just saying, two wrongs don't make a right. And that's the song is about a situation where, a lot of times in relationships, like the first line is, now what do you think about, what you think about you? Like, are you proud of yourself? You lied, you weren't truthful, but I wasn't much different, so it's and it's just going into this thing of just realizing two wrongs don't make a right. And even in the hook it says, yeah, we tried, but nothing could make us get past our pride. And that's what it is. Sometimes two people are not willing to, submit, so to speak. And it's not to each other necessarily, but it's to the greater good, because when you have two people who are not considering the team that you're trying to be and more catering towards the individual, although I do believe that two individuals need to be strong people to make a strong unit, but there has to be consideration for the unit and where your place is in that, and kind of creating balance in that relationship. And so it's just at the end of the relationship where we're just like, look, it just didn't work out. And we both tried, but we didn't try hard enough, so to speak. We were both wrong. So it's a song that it's more up tempo, it's like kind of it's like a urban poppy kind of vibe. And so I'm excited about people hearing it. But we are recording new music, so just stay tuned. Right now it's slotted for May 13th. I also still have that Show Me record that's out. The video's out. It's kind of creeping up towards 1 million views. So I want everybody to check that out. Show Me, Mykell Messiah. And also request it. Just request it. Even if they never heard about it, just let them hear about it for the first time from whoever wants to request it and it's on the line.
Awesome. So tell us how one can get in contact with you if they just to support you. Just give us all your social media outlets, your website. Let's talk about this website. I know we have your website pulled up because I was looking on there. You have some apparel as well, right?
We have some merchandise also, kind of with my logo on there. You can purchase it on the website. I think that we had a few kinks, but it should be worked out now. And we have some new merch and some new ideas for all our artists on More Jelly Music Group that want to kind of, revamp. But right now, this is what's up right now. I just also wanted to go back to the video just for a second for Show Me. We have a talented actress that I'm working with also that's on there. She's super talented. And we worked with Lighter Juice, who are really great directors that really helped us out and direct most of our artist videos. under direction of Lighter Juice and also the assistance of Mitzi. I just want to put that out there. But yeah, on the website we do have some merchandise. So if if you guys want to support, that'd be awesome if you just go on there and purchase a hat. But we have some more ideas coming up with regards to that merch and the direction that we want to go with that.
Awesome. And so can you tell the people all of your social media outlets? I think we have them going across the screen, but I would love for you to let the people know as well.
So on all social media platforms, it's Mykell Messiah. That's MYKELLMESSIAH. Mykell Messiah at Instagram, Twitter, our favorite profile social media platform, TikTok, and even on YouTube, Mykell Messiah. The video is up on Murajelli Music Group on the YouTube page, but you can kind of access it from Mykell Messiah on YouTube also. Also, all streaming platforms, just search Mykell Messiah, and you'll see all my songs that are up there.
Awesome. And I want to apologize because I have not been saying your name right. I'm hearing you keep saying it, and I'm like, oh my God, I was saying Mykell, but Mykell. Okay.
Yeah, Mykell.
So we want you guys to go ahead and go over and solicit his business. Not only that, go and listen to some of his music, download it, whatever you need to do to support Mykell, please do so. Guys, we're here live today, and it had to happen with your girl, Erica Wilson, season 4, episode 14. And we have the amazing Mykell Messiah. He's going to bless us on today with that amazing voice. But before he do, Mykell, if there's anyone that's out there under the sound of your voice and that's an aspiring artist, what will be your words of encouragement to them?
Just say this, and I've always been like, oh, come on, can't you think of something else? But the fact is that you have to believe in yourself. That's just, it sounds, super simple, but that is the most important thing, is to believe in yourself and continue working on your craft and be consistent. Even if you start putting out music, it's not that good. Keep putting out music because it's just going to get better, and just keep doing it. Believe in yourself, because you're gonna get a lot of people who don't believe in you, and there's some people who need convincing, and they kind of can play off of your confidence and how you feel about it. If you're not confident about your own music, like you said there, where I said we're trying to do something, and you're like, no, don't say try, say you're going to do music impact the industry here in Toronto. So I think like the most important thing again is believing in yourself and not giving up on yourself. You almost have to have I seen 50 Cent, he was saying this, he was talking in an interview, and he said that a lot of people don't understand his arrogance. It seems like arrogance because he's so confident, because the level that he got to, he had to be that confident. No one believed in him. He got shot. He was, counted out, but it's because of his belief in himself that enabled him to get back up and keep pursuing and keep pushing. And now he's one of the biggest TV executives in the game right now, so as well as all the accomplishments he's done through music. So it's very important that you believe in yourself and you be consistent. Keep putting out music, keep working on your craft, and eventually someone's going to notice you, someone's going to hear you, and doors are going to open.
Okay, so I have one more question before we let you bless the people on today with that amazing voice. So Mykell, what happens if you have an inspired artist, right, who started out in church, was raised by, brought up in the church, and want to go over to R&B? So if you had someone under the sound of your voice, what would you say to them?
Well, I just hear my mom in the background. In my head, I remember my mom is always still. She's very like old school, so she's Jamaican, so she's always like, "Lord Jesus, you're not gonna sing about God." So she's always kind of, every time she hears my song, she's like, "It's good, but I'd say that there's nothing wrong with telling your story. There's the Gospel of Matthew where he tells his story, the Gospel of John, Gospel of Luke, but there's also the Gospel of Mykell, my story and my experiences in life through my relationship with Christ. And so, as long as you are being authentic to yourself and telling the truth about your story and being as honest, in my perspective, there's nothing wrong with letting people know that I've been hurt. I've had my heart broken before. I've hurt others. I've been angry. I've been sad. I've been happy. And just kind of like telling my story about life and not being ashamed to let people know what your foundation is and what you believe in. And so as long as you're being authentic to yourself and telling your story and letting people know wherever you can about the goodness of the grace and the mercies of God, I think that you'll be good. I think we as believers sometimes we kind of get caught up in being saved or finding salvation and not realizing that we experience grace and mercy every single day because God sees the heart. And I want to reach to tell anybody who's listening right now, no matter what you're going through, no matter where you've been, even if you do not believe in God, know that God believes in you. And there is a place of grace and mercy for you where you can find restoration. And that emptiness that's in your heart can be filled by a God who cares about how you feel. The Bible says he cares about the very appearance of your face. If you look sad, he cares about it. He notices that. And so he does care about you. He does care where you are. He does care if you're frustrated. He cares about that. And if you just give him a chance and learn of him, you'll know that he's there for you and that he's not far. He's very close. He's just waiting for you to let him into your life. So.
You sure you're not supposed to be a preacher?
Mykell
Bishop Messiah. My God, that is really, really good. I just wrote that. Even though you don't believe in God, God believes in you. That's deep. That is deep. And oh my God, amazing how you just delivered that. And you delivered it so well. So I'm praying and hoping that someone that's under the sound of your voice, they caught that. Because so many people struggle in that area. And I call it being religious, but like you said, God knows your heart. He sees your heart. Be authentic. It is way easier to be authentic. Be yourself. And who's supposed to accept you will accept you. Remember, Messiah, there were only 12 people that followed Jesus and 3 betrayed him, right? So you have to believe in yourself for others to believe in you. But while Mykell get ready to bless you guys on today, I just want to make a couple of announcements while he prepare to get himself ready to serenade you all. On Mondays, guys, we have our prayer broadcast here on It Had to Happen at 5:30 p.m. with my covenant partners, the Bishop Kenny Berry, the beautiful Satara J, and the baddest producer on this side of heaven, Miss Mischa Allen. On Tuesdays, we offer bookings as well between the hours of 6 and 8 p.m. If you would like to book with Erica, you can do so by going to my website at www.ericawilsonih2h.com. I would love to have you on. Not only that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification button to let you know each and every time we go live here at It Had to Happen. Also, on Wednesdays at 4:30, we have guests coming before you guys. So many overcomers, so many entrepreneurs, whatever it is, we want to have you at 4:30 on Wednesdays. Also, our big debut for the month of March. Guys, I'm so excited about this one too. On March 9th, a couple of the NFL moms and a sister, we will be joining you guys here on It Had to Happen for NFL moms and families, bringing the table to the table. And we have the beautiful Melissa Phillips, which is Lynn Bowden's junior mom of the Miami Dolphins. We have Miss Sandra Perryman, which is Denzel Perryman's mom of the Raiders. And we also have Ray Ray Armstrong's sister, Brianna Watts, and he used to play for the Saints. And myself, Erica Wilson, and my son is Alan Hearns, and he plays for the Miami Dolphins. Please do join us for that episode. It will be so much information that you can get from that broadcast. So now we will have Mr. Messiah bless us on today. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I'm just gonna sing a little song here, just a little part of the song called "You're My Everything," and it goes, "When I said you weren't the one, when I said I didn't want you, when I said I didn't need you, baby, I hope you didn't believe it. 'Cause when I said I didn't love you, and that I wasn't thinking of you, baby, I lied. Baby, I lied, 'cause you're my shining star. You're the apple of my eye. I may try to deny, but the truth is, you're my everything. The way that you hurt me, baby, I don't think you deserve me. I would have never left you lonely, but you pushed me away. So when I said I didn't love you, and that I wasn't thinking of you, baby, I lied. Oh, baby, I lied, 'cause you're my shining star. You're the apple of my eye. I may try to deny, but the truth, oh, the truth is, you're my everything. Yeah, 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 you're my everything. Yeah, 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 you're my everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But the truth is, you're my everything.
Wow. Wow. Mykell, all you had to do is tell me the truth.
That's it.
Oh my God, that was so amazing. Guys, Mykell is screaming on all platforms, guys. Go out and support Mr. Messiah. You heard it here. It had to happen. The things that he have going on. Man, he blessed us without any music. There are no music and he sound amazing. Mykell, thank you so much for blessing us on today. So
Thank
I
you
didn't
very
want to
much.
leave. You're welcome. I didn't want to leave out the audience, Mykell, because this is something that we can't do without the audience, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to put a couple of the comments across the screen, and we're going to have you shout out the audience and whatever comments they put up. Can you please read for them?
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, Shannon B. Mason says, "Hello, Queen." I think that's not to me, but Kimberly Harris says, "Good day. Good day to you too." Jay Moss says, "Say that." Okay, I will. Mitzi Andrew, the great, the legend, Mitzi Andrews. Great interview. Awesome. Thank you very much. Shannon Jackson, have a blessed day. Natasha Jackson, good evening. Natasha Jackson and Shannon Jackson, they're probably sisters related.
They don't even know each other.
Oh, okay. Mitzi Andrews sang Mykell. Okay, I appreciate you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for doing
Can I
that.
just
And
tell
we
you
want
that
you.
from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you. You know, I see the work that you're doing. You're such an inspiration to so many that you've taken time out to put out a positive message through this medium and other mediums. And I pray that you continue to find the strength to do this. People don't know what goes on behind the scenes, the issues and the problems and the effort that it takes to put this together. And I don't know what goes on, but I just know that there's more than what meets the eye. And I want to thank you and those who are working with you to put this together and really put out positivity into the world, especially in a time like this.
Thank you so much. You're trying to mess up my makeup, Mykell. Come on, don't do this to me. But thank you so much. And what you said was so true, and that was just confirmation, because as I was getting dressed for the show, I was dealing with some things, and people do not know what it is to get before the people every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and be very transparent. Not only that, I was one of the people who carried so much and other people problems at that too. And Miss Shannon B, she called me one day, Mykell, and I had to share this with you really quick. She called me one day and she says, "Queen, take off the backpack. Take off the backpack." And I couldn't do anything but wail at that time because she felt me. I was so heavy. I didn't know how to let it go. I carried everything. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that so much. And I have to shout out our audience, Mykell, because we cannot do this without them, right? So we just want to thank each and every one of you, from It Had to Happen, from Mykell Messiah to you, kings and queens. Continue to be great at what you do, and do know that you are more than enough. Never let anyone discredit you, okay? So with that being said, we love you here at It Had to Happen. Mykell, let's go ahead and send out some virtual hugs. Not just some virtual hugs, Mykell. Let's send out some virtual love to the people, because we do love you here at It Had to Happen. Have anybody told you how beautiful you are? If not, you're beautiful. We love you. God bless each and every one of you. And thank you, Mykell, for accepting the invitation. I pray that this is not the last. I pray that the connection is there and we be able, I want to come to Toronto, okay?
Okay, listen, if you're going to Toronto, we'll get some home cooking for you. I want to shout out the Blacks, the Lorenzinis, Sanchez, also, all the people who supported me, who love me, who I love. And without you guys, I couldn't do it. And the Bucks also. Thank you.
I'm going to hold you to that now. I like to eat.
Listen, you'll get some home cooking. You get some Jamaican food for sure. You come through, you get some Jamaican food, you get some, some good home cooking for sure. I'm looking forward to having you once things open up.
Awesome. Thank you so very much. And do know that you're more than welcome to come to the A, where I'm at, in Atlanta. And we could do some great things here too, Mykell. There's so many hurting people out there. And what way to get a message across if you not only walk the walk, but you can talk the talk. Okay? And I thank you for being so transparent here today and telling the goodness of our God. That message that you left on today, I want to leave you guys with that again. Oh, someone says, "Marry me, Mykell." You're getting proposals here. So what was that slogan that Mykell said, Mish? If we could put that back up, because I want to leave. Oh, even though you don't believe in God, know that God believes in you. Per Mykell Messiah. Go ahead and solicit his business, guys. He's doing some amazing things. He also have merchandise as well. His website is going across the screen really quick, but we want to thank you. Go ahead, guys. Please be safe out there. Please be safe. We love you here at It Had to Happen. Again, if you would like to book with your girl, please do go to my website at www.ericawilson@h2h.com. I would love to have you. God bless each and every one of you. Until next time, bye-bye.
Take care.
Erica's Empowering Empire. 88 Blessings Soar Movement. It had to happen in a beauty so rare. We'd love for you to join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, It Had to Happen with Erica Wilson. Following our social media.